Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey. Hey everyone, it is the Classic Specialist team again, bringing you our extra special happy hour weekly edition. We are trying to do this every Wednesday with our spirits, beer, sake, and wine specialists. In order to kind of give you a glimpse into what we're drinking during these strange Corona times, and also maybe give you a little inspiration or facts about some of our wines or wines, of course, I'm a little biased, spirits, beers, and sakes that you haven't heard before. And just so everyone knows, this is being filmed for Instagram. So we are also posting on Facebook and YouTube. I'm going to go ahead and drop that YouTube link in our Instagram bio, and I'll just put it in line on our Facebook page with this post, just so you guys know there are other ways to view the videos if you prefer not to do so via Instagram. So we are available on those other channels as well. Today's theme that we picked for you is porch pounders. As you can see, it's a beautiful day. We're all outside. We're enjoying our porches slash patios slash stoops in Katrina's case. And just wanted to feature some drinks that you can have in the hot weather, maybe outside, maybe for a barbecue or picnic once we're able to do those again. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and let Brian kick it off. Brian, spirit specialist.
Hi, how are you? I'm Brian Smith. I'm Classic Beverage Company Spirit Specialist, as Karen just gave me that title just now. It's awesome. It's going to be really awesome. So when thinking about patios, I made a Paloma last week, which, let's be honest, I should be drinking a Paloma. But today I went kind of full on tiki with a blender. A little shout out to my boy Teddy Lamontagne, who's been keeping a pretty strong Instagram presence himself with some blended cocktails every day-ish. So today I made a little variation on a really early tiki cocktail called Missionary's Downfall, and I put it in a blender, which kind of makes it more of like a Trader Vic's 70s tiki vibe. He put a Missionary's Downfall in a blender and called it Aku Aku. So what we have today in the blender and in my glass is some rum, and I put 3 in there because I like to party. So Probitas is a white blended rum. It's a blend, a collaboration between Foursquare Distillery in Barbados and Hamden Estate Distillery in Jamaica, who are among some of the last independents in their respective genres of kind of the British tradition of rum. And then Rum JM Blanc. It's my favorite rum for these sort of applications to bring aromatic intrigue and just memories, because once you've been to Martinique and then you smell rum from Martinique, it's like a time machine. And then some 23-year Panama Pacific, just to give it some richness, some body, because it does have peach and pineapple and lime. So you have all these really interesting aromatics at play. I don't like using frozen water in blended drinks. So the spec for a Missionary's Downfall or Aku Aku would incorporate pineapple juice, but instead I've used, I threw it away. I've used frozen pineapple as the sort of frozen component, which obviously some of the juice is going to melt out, but it gives it this different richness. Kept the honey out because the Chateau Arton creme de pêche de vin is very honeyed. It's a neutral brandy base. They macerate with some heirloom peaches in Armagnac, and you put all those things together, almost in equal parts, honestly. There's about a half an ounce of each of those, except for the Chateau Arton. And there's also a full ounce of Probitas, because I like to party. And then instead of mint, I used fresh sage. Sage and pineapple, to me, one of the all-time greats. And we live in Colorado. I think sage and sagebrush, that aroma is just kind of in my blood. And yeah, and that's all. And I did put some high proof rum JM in my little lime there, and lit it earlier. So I had myself a little like roasty bit, but then it went out and it singed some of the sage. So now I smell like you're going to find crystals in my sock drawer or something. Cheers, gang. And I also have my favorite patio beer, because I like to party.
What is that?
It's Happy Hour by Peak Beverage.
Nice.
Peak Beverage. Sorry, shout out to Miles, not Peak Beverage. Peak Organic Brewing Company. This is my wedding beer.
And I think at the same time we'll do a little shout out to, I forgot to mention this in the beginning, but our beer specialist Alisha, who was with us last week, was unable to join today. So we'll look forward to having her on again next week. And Katrina, I'll pass it over to you.
Hey. So I am, on a stoop, not a patio, but I guess I just appreciate a stoop. Thank you, Brian. I am drinking Dewatsuru Nigori today. Nigori is a style of sake that has some particles that are inside of it. So it kind of looks like this, or it does look like this. It is milky a little bit in its appearance, and that's from those rice particles that are in the sake itself. So this brewery is from really far north in the northern inner crescent of Japan, a place called Akita. And this place is famous for a great big pile of snow every year. They get just tons and tons of snow, which is why this little guy on the Dewatsuru Chiki Nigori is cold and has adorable little cheeks. What I really, really like about this Nigori is that it's soft and it's easy to drink. It's great chilled. And you can kind of see on the glass here that the glass, even after I swirl it, doesn't really have any sediment on it. And that's kind of a rare thing for Nigori, because Nigori tends to be really thick and rich and it coats the glass a lot, but you can see it's not coating the glass here. And that means that when I put it in my mouth, it's not coating my mouth either. So it's just soft and easy and crushable. And it's kind of a newer thing to our portfolio. We haven't had it for that long. I don't know if you guys have had any 1-cups. That's the little style of this guy here. A 1 cup in sake, I think, is definitely the cutest way to drink it. And portable, easy to take to the park. It's recyclable, kind of the jam.
I want some.
Karen, I want to know what you're drinking.
Yeah, no ziggity.
No
That's what you're
ziggity.
drinking, no diggity.
I like
Diggity.
the way you work it. No ziggity. Had to.
Hell yeah.
No biggity. So I am drinking the Ziggity Gruner Veltliner Brut. Oops, there goes my book flipping us up. There we go. All right, I'm drinking this Austrian Sekt, S-E-S-K, or S-E-K-T, excuse me, is what sparkling wine from Austria is known as. And Ziggity is the family name of this producer. They only make sparkling wine, and they're located in an area called Burgenland, which is kind of like southeastern Austria, bordering Hungary and a little bit of Slovakia. There's a large lake in this area called Neusiedlsee, which is where most of the grapes for their wines are grown. Super cool producer. I think they make 9 different sparkling wines, but we we brought this one on because it's super badass and delicious. It is made with 100% Gruner Veltliner, which you could call the, I guess, the main grape, the main white grape of Austria. And in dry style, it's a little similar to Sauvignon Blanc. It's has some green notes to it. It has that citrus to it. Kind of more vegetal notes, almost like fresh cut herbs, just very green in expression. And I'd say it comes through beautifully in that exact way in sparkling version as well. Zigady's the family name, so Peter Zigady runs the winery. They started in 1991, and with all their sparkling wines, they do produce in the traditional methods, so same way that producers in Champagne are producing, where the second fermentation takes place in the bottle. It's a little bit more labor intensive, highly manual way to make sparkling wine, but it does cause for a product that has a little tighter bubble, a little finer mousse, and just a little bit more of an elevated flavor in the outcome. So with this one, and all their wines will have Österreichische Sekt. It's just the legal denomination of Sekt throughout Austria. And it has to have a second fermentation in the bottle and also see 12 months aging on lees in bottle prior to release. So you'll see that little designation here. You'll see Burgenland, where the grapes are coming from. Gruner Veltliner here is the grape, and it is made in a brut style, so super fresh, super easy to drink, super crisp, high acid, and really sessionable on a warm day. Cheers.
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 I had a backup in the freezer.
I love it. Yeah. How do you have a full drink again? I love it.
We'll have to do some. I'll have to call my boy Les Baker and do some camera magic there. And then I have another one. Hopefully, this recorded in speaker mode and not in gallery mode, because you would have seen me like leave, and then the magic is lost. Then you thought you were David Blaine, and all you were the whole time was David Cross. Anyway, thanks for coming out, gang. It's good to see you.
Are we still on?
Yeah, we're all still on.
Cool.
We're just saying hi.
Awesome.
Are we on?
Yeah.
Am I on? How are my eyes? Are they puffy?
Am I on?
Shout out to Alisha. Sorry you couldn't be here. Yeah.
Yes, we missed Alisha. Thank you all for tuning in. I know it's obvious we're working out some kinks in these first few videos, but we appreciate you watching if in fact you are making it all the way to this point, and bearing with us as we get a little bit better at this each week. But I hope you enjoyed our Porch Pounder series. Guys, did I leave anything out? Any last words, or are we all set?
I think you did a great job. Yeah, thank you guys if you are still here.
Cheers, everybody. Thank you for tuning in.
Coochie coo.